So, guys and girls, Rob here, and Saturday evening, and I am never on a Saturday evening, and I've got a discussion going. I'm going to go on right now. NHL. Um, Time to grow up a little bit. What's up, Sean? I'm finally back a little bit. I'm still not feeling the greatest, but I'm feeling better than I have been. My problem here. What's up, Philip? And I'm sure we're going to get Mr. Dave Gardner. Let's hope Dave comes in the room. I really hope he does, because I got a problem with what NHL is doing. Now, you guys tell me what you think about it, okay? In soccer, okay, in soccer, two teams play each other. If one team wins, they get 3 points, okay? And what's up, Tribe fan? No, it's nothing that's really changed. It's nothing that's really changed, Tribe fan. It's just something I'm talking about here. If a soccer team wins, they get 3 points. Guess how many points they get if they lose? How many points do you reckon a team that loses in a soccer match get? Anybody got a clue? What makes sense? Right, 0. No, Sean, 0, because you lose. But you go watch these damn hockey games, okay? You go watch a hockey game. They've been playing for an hour. And it's 1-1, and we're going to overtime. Okay? We're going into overtime. And the first thing I hear from one of the announcers is, well, each team gets a point tonight. What the hell? Each team gets a point. I thought one team wins and one team loses. One team wins and one team loses. All right, now look. Number one, I like a 3 points for a win. Okay? I like a 3 points for a win. So why don't you go to that hockey? Go to it that way. Now, if you want to play 5 minutes of overtime, right? Play 5 minutes of overtime, then we don't have a winner. All right. Then I say, look, a shootout. Yeah, it's been ever since the shootout came in. But if it reaches the shootout, okay, the winner of the shootout gets 3 points. The loser of the shootout gets 1 point. If it reaches shootout. But in overtime, if you lose in a 5-minute overtime, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, whatever it is, why do you deserve a point? Why do you deserve a point? What the hell have you done? You played good enough to stay tied to them for a while, and then they beat you. Change it up at NHL. 60 minutes, play the game. If you win, 3 points. If you lose, nothing. Getting out there, I gave it my best chance. I gave it my best effort. Great. You're pros. 0 points if you don't get the win. Now we go into overtime. If you lose in overtime, you don't get no points. But if you can make it go the whole 5 minutes overtime and then you get to a shootout, I don't have a problem with a 1 point then. But come on, overtime losses. I'm watching this garbage on TV, and I'm like, what the hell is up with this? Overtime losses. Some teams have 8 and 9 of them. They have enough overtime losses to get them in the playoffs that would push them above other teams. Come on. It's always been slow. Yeah, I know it. And shootout's a pretty good idea. Now, but the thing is, anybody that's ever watched hockey in the playoffs knows this. There is no shootout. There is no 5-minute overtime. They throw that clock back to 20 minutes. And they just keep playing at 20-minute periods. And how often does it go even one overtime period? Now, sometimes I know it's been 4 and 5. More often than not, in the first 5 to 10 minutes of overtime, somebody screws up and it ends up being the game right there because of lack of players. I think shootout would end after 5 skaters. After 5 skaters, it's still just and I was just looking at that today, and I'm thinking, what the hell's up with that? That's just so damn stupid. So stupid, man. I was like, that's one thing it really needs to change in NHL. You really need to change it. PGA, big ups to you for the way you've put the Bay Hill Classic on this week. You've not wiped the noses of these guys this week. Has anybody watched these guys this week? They are crying and whining. The golfers are, because they got them shooting the ball in the water and the grass. They have no damn clue what the hell they're going to be doing. They're preparing them next week for the PGA. No doubt about that. I mean, that's as good a prep as you're going to get for it. And I mean, this course may be the toughest course they play on all year. And I'm including when they go back to Pebble with 4-inch high rough. I'm including the Masters. I'm including all of them. This course this week is some tough stuff. If you hadn't seen it, go watch part of it on the Golf Channel. I mean, they're hitting the ball in the water. They're actually, guess what? Brooks Koepka, number 1 in the world, only 2 months ago, 10 over par today. He shot an 82. See, you don't see that stuff going on all the time. That's the kind of golf we need to see more often. We need to see more guys actually have to use a brain. And look, you see, there's a pin, but there's a 5,000-foot gully between them. Use your brain once in a while. They don't ever have to do it. They're always just directed to shoot straight at the pin all the time. And this week is such a good thing to see. I love it. Pat on the back to the PGA. You've done a great thing. Arnie's course is eating them up alive, and I love it. We're going to see who makes it through the course tomorrow. I like Rory McIlroy's chances. I really do, but it's not all his yet. He's 2 shots back right now, I think. So it's and still it was 8 guys under par right now. It's all it is out of 68 golfers or something like that. So there's a lot of them that probably won't even tee off tomorrow. Probably won't. Tiger Woods will not be playing in the Players Championship next week. Back problems, persistent back problems. He's had them for weeks. He had to bow out of this tournament, and then Thursday afternoon he called and said, "Look, I'm not even going to play in the Players." So he is out next week. No Tiger Woods in the Players Championship, the Players Championship, and that's a big blow to them. I know, because NBC was hoping for Tiger Woods to definitely be there, especially with Phil the way he's playing. He's not playing very well now at all. Koepka not playing well. A lot of the top 15 golfers in the world just aren't playing very good golf right now. Justin Thomas not playing his best golf. Who else? The other kid hadn't been playing well for a year. I can't even think of his name. I'll get his name right in a minute. But he hasn't even been playing good for a year. And So there's so many of them out there that just aren't playing very good golf right now. But if Bruins are making the finals again now. If Tuca can play the whole game without choking, we'll be good. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay Olivier? Yeah, History Maker Golf is coming up. History Maker Golf will be coming up. I've got my Sunday. I got my Sunday guys, 14 or 15 of them together. I'll be playing them very, very soon. Right now, my stomach actually gave me a little bit of problems this evening. My wife actually went to bingo. She went with my brother and his girlfriend. So a little bit of luck going out to her. Let's hope so. And she should be home in a couple hours. So I'm hoping maybe she can come back and maybe win something. I hadn't heard anything from anybody, and I always text. Let's see. Yeah, he's actually got in touch with my brother. Said, "Do you mind bringing the wife home? And will you bring her home?" He said, "Yep." So I don't have to worry about doing that now. I went out with one of my friends tonight. I hadn't seen him. I've seen him like twice since we graduated, and this year's our 35th anniversary, 35th reunion for school. And I got together with him today, and he's actually looking for a place to rent or something. He and his family, and I actually went out and tried to help him find a place. He needs to find a place by the end of the month, so just went out and kind of did that with him. Spent a little time, shooting the breeze. Told him, "Hey, look, the wife's going to bingo. Let's do this. Let's look around. Let's look around for you." So we did that, but I don't know how much luck we had. Got a few phone numbers here and there, and definitely hoping we can find him some luck here. I don't know. I am, yeah, definitely going to try to play History Maker Golf very, very soon. I want to. I got to get back in the groove of it. A voice. I know it sounds probably ratchety right now. Probably sounds like it's cutting and breaking loose a lot. I hadn't done a lot of talking in the last week or so. I've laid around. This is unbelievable, and for me it is anyway. From Monday morning, I started feeling bad about 10 a.m. Monday morning up until Wednesday evening. I slept over 35 hours. Slept over 35 hours. Not all at one time, but you think about it. 35 hours. That's a lot of time. And then I ended up going to the doctor Wednesday night. But yeah, when it hit me, man, it was like two bricks upside the head and one upside the nose. And it hit me pretty quick. Mom is doing pretty well. I'll update you what happened. She had a doctor appointment over near where Sean lives, and the wife and mom and dad, they went to Cracker Barrel. And Sean knows exactly what I'm talking about. And this was Thursday morning, so it was windy as hell. And me and my brother had decided that day, we'd already decided, wife is going to take mom, dad over to the doctor. We're going fishing that day. So we went fishing. We were 2 hours away. So we went fishing that morning, and the wind started up, which was a godsend. I'll tell you why in just a second. But anyway, we're out of town. We're way out of town. And about 9:15, 9:30, my mom's already went to the doctor. And excuse me. I'm sorry about that, guys. And she comes walking out of Cracker Barrel and just bends over. And my wife's like, "Oh, dear God, what is wrong with mom?" And she's just pointing. I'll show you. She's pointing right here. I said, "God, I can't catch my breath." She immediately throws her in the car, throws my dad in the car. My dad's, he really doesn't get around real well. And she immediately just started driving toward the hospital. So she took him over to the general, and sat over there and got her checked in, and then got my dad in there, and immediately texted me and my brother that, okay, we're at the hospital. Your mom may have had a heart attack. She feels like she had a heart attack. She gets in touch with my other brother, so we're still fishing. And then the wind starts really kicking where we're at, and we're like, the hell with this. We could have fun doing something, but not out here in, 40-mile-an-hour wind. It just was not happening. We start coming home. And then all of a sudden, we get, I don't know, within 30 miles of home, maybe 40 miles of home. And then all of a sudden, I start hearing my phone go beep, 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 beep. I mean, and I'm just driving 55, 60 miles an hour. And I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And this was probably 11:30. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting all these messages. Your mom's in the hospital. Your mom feels like she had a heart attack. We don't know what's going on. All this type stuff. She's in for going to get checked out. So anyway, they immediately called a heart doctor in there, and they made her take one of those stress tests. Okay. My mom's 75 years old, so it's not one that you got to go out here and run, go crazy. Whatever it was a type of stress test for her. So it gets later in the evening. I'm sitting at home. I'm like, what the heck's going on? My wife's still at the hospital. She's been over there. Good Lord, bless her soul. She's been over since 9 o'clock, and it's still 6:30. 7 o'clock, and then all of a sudden she's calling me. She said, look, I'm going to leave in a little while. My dad was already here. My brother brought him, my other brother. I've got two brothers. Two of us went fishing. The other brother brought my dad home. So he's sitting here waiting and wondering where his wife's at. And anyway, I told him, I said, look, you're going to be spending the night here at my house tonight, Dad. And Mom ended up spending the night at the hospital. So the next day, we had no clue as to what's happening. They have not told us anything. So I end up taking off. I get there about 11 o'clock, 11:30. And I have no quicker got there hardly. And then here comes like a nurse practitioner, doctor, whatever, and said, look, your mom didn't, and tells me and her at the same time, you did not have a heart attack. And in fact, you had a check 2012, 2013, and now this is 2020, and your heart looks just as good or better now than it did in 2012. And now we think it's something something GI or gastro, So now she has to go to a gastro surgeon and get looked at before she can go on any vacations or anything like that. So she's taking some kind of Pepsid and some other special stuff on a daily basis. She can't eat tomato sauce, coffee. She can't have a lot of different things she can't have now. Bread, all rolls or whatever. Anyway, she's been doing better. She's been following her rules so far. Just a little over a week. And she's supposed to see that doctor, I think, like Wednesday. So we'll find out what's going on then. We're actually going to be going out of town next week. And if we do, I might, while we're out of town, especially if it rains or something, I might have do some of my, I don't know if I'm going to take my DeGrom stuff or whether I'll take my golf stuff. I'll take something with me. But, and then, I'm not going to be doing any fishing at all. I'm going to be closer to the coast. We're going to be going east of here, so kind of toward Virginia Beach, down that area for a week. And I am ready for baseball. Yes, I am. I certainly am. I don't know if you guys have already gotten the done any updates or done any who you think is going to win each division right now, anything, but I am going to do that myself this week. I'm going to do it on a solo shot basis. I know last year me and Tribe Fan Anthony, and ID Jester. We all got together and did it. I have been, I've been out of the loop so much. I've got to do a lot of reading, um, and catch up on it. Now, I will say this much: I have seen a lot more spring training games since I've been sick. I keep it on MLB Network, and I see. Uh, who was? Let's see, which team was that? Really, um, playing some good defense. Let's see, who was that was playing some really good defense? The shortstop, second baseman. I can't remember. Reds. Their infield's looking really good. The Reds infield's looking good. No, Cardinals. Colton Wong. That's who it was. Colton Wong. Oh my God. Wow, they're good. They don't have a lot of offense, but my Lord, do they have a good defense. Uh, no, I did not see that. I did not see that. I got a feeling MLB is going to regret not doing something to the Astros, because now, see, the problem is the Astros can go up against every team. And if every team goes out with the attitude, guess what? We're going to clean some clocks. And they're not going to have a lot of players left. They really aren't. Their players may be even like, you know what? You really should have penalized the seats 20 games. Every one of us, 20 games. And just set it at different times of the season. Let us play. Personally, that's what I think should have happened. But I don't know. I think it's going to affect them. I hear people telling me they're a young team. They're gonna galvanize, and they're going to be stronger. It's hard to be stronger when you keep getting hit and keep getting thrown at, and when you're not really playing a serious game of baseball, and you're getting more to the point of, guess what? We're playing chicken with you now, and that's what a lot of teams are playing with. It's chicken, and that's the thing. The Astros are going to get tired of it. They're going to get tired of it. Um, and not many teams are going to want many of their players. That's the sad part. They've got some great players on that team, but right now, who the hell would want any of them on their team? That's the sad part about it. It really is. Wow. What else was I going to say? Carolina, could they miss a tournament this year? No, Dave, not hockey bashing. This is what I'm saying. I was waiting for you. This is what I say hockey needs to do. No points. 0 points if you lose a damn game. 0. Don't give me a point because I played tough for 60 minutes. No. And who agrees with us? Agree with and I don't know how Dave. Well, let's see what Dave says. This is what I think should happen. Hockey, follow soccer now. If you win a hockey game, get 3 points. Get 3 points. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you lose, don't get a damn point. You lose, you don't deserve a point. What do you think about that, Dave? This is what I'm thinking. If you win, you get 3 points. You go to overtime, okay? If it goes 5 minutes of overtime and nobody wins, we go to a shootout, then the loser gets 1 point. The winner of the shootout gets 3 points. What do you think about that, Dave? Philip likes it. What do you think, Sean? That's me. If you win, you get 3 points. Overtime loss is nothing. Shootout loss, 1 point. It should be more like NASCAR. You can cheat for your money to win. Dave So wrong. So wrong. So wrong. Tell us what you think, though, Dave. Truthfully, what do you think? What do you think about what I say here? If you win, you get 3 points. OT loss, nothing. You don't get bullshit, nothing. And a shootout loss, 1 point. But an overtime loss, that's on the ice, man. Overtime loss, that's players on the ice. Overtime loss, that's players on the ice. Okay. Now, I wonder how the points would change. Oh, but what? By the time they change, we'll be 140. Yeah, I know that stuff. We know about the NHL. NHL didn't go. They didn't even go to a what do you call it? Instant replay or any of that stuff until the last few years. They didn't even realize the damn cameras. There's actually cameras. Yeah. But hey, the fact is, that's fine. That's fine, though. But if you want to win bad enough, you're still going to go all out for it. Why not? Not all teams would do that. Not all teams would. Not all teams would do that. That's a participation trophy, man. That's a participation trophy. Don't NHL like that good? Thank y'all for playing. Here's a point. Thank y'all for playing. There's a point right there. Thank y'all for playing. There's a point right there. 3-on-3, you ain't got to look. 3-on-3, you ain't never gonna lay back. There is no laying back 3-on-3. What can you do, man? They ain't not gonna stay back in their own end. They may end up giving it up. 5-on-5, yeah, they would. They would, but ever since they made it 3-on-3, they're not gonna lay back. They're not gonna lay back. And if you know there's a chance you can get 3 points out of it right off, you're going to try to do it, especially if you're up against a team that has a lot of weapons that knows how to shoot the puck, But yeah, that golf between, and I saw that today and I was like, you know what? Why do they do that shit? Why do they do that? That sucks, man. It really does. Like 3-4 win, none for overtime loss, and 1 for and then 1 for shootout. Dave. Oh, right in the gut, man. Right in the gut. I gotta admit, man. I you very seldom see 0-0 ties in soccer anymore. Very seldom. You go back and look at a lot of the games I've been watching this year. Very few. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right now, because so many of these guys want a good payday. And they're defensemen and they're frontliners too. They pay them both now pretty well. Soccer has done got to where they really hell they pay better than soccer's. They pay better in football. They pay better than hockey. I mean, these you look at some of the look at the price. I mean, look at the money some of these soccer players make. It is nuts. Some 40 and 50 million a year. Yeah, that's better than baseball, better than football. Soccer, man. Now I'm talking the upper echelons, the upper leagues and stuff. They pay some money, and some of them's defense. Some of them's not guys that score at all. It's just guys that play good defense or whatever. But still, um, they pay a lot of money because it's still the most popular sport in the world. It really is. Like it or don't like it, you don't have to agree with me on it. You know, to me, the most overpaid is golfers. I mean, these guys, jeez. I mean, look at you can be set for life on curling, brooms and rocks. Yeah, that's pretty fun to. I ain't gonna say it's pretty fun to watch, but it's kind of like kind of like shuffleboard, right? But but yeah, can you imagine though if of all the sports out there, right? And don't get me wrong, if you're the if you're the number one draft pick in football, sure, you should never have you should never have to worry about money again ever in your life after your first payday, because you're going to make good money. But there's nothing like golf that if you go out here and let's say you graduate college, okay, you graduate college and you go out here and you play a golf tournament. And I don't care if the friggin' John Deere Open or the, uh, you know, the Pepsi company, um, original, I don't know, let's whatever. And the 18 holes at PepsiCo or whatever. You go out there and win one of those tournaments and you're a pro golfer, you're set for life. Because none of them pay less than $4 million. None of them pay less than $4 million. None of them. You look across the board, none of them do. You pay your caddy 15%. You take 85% of it home, and you put some money in the bank, and you should be set for life. And then all you have to do is go out and play golf and have as much fun as you want to for the next 40 years. And you never have to, all you have to do is pay an entry fee of what, $200 a week, $150 a week. Worry about getting your caddy back and forth to wherever you want to go and all that type of stuff. But I've said all along, if I had a kid, especially a daughter, I would have pushed golf. I'd have had a golf club in her hand by the time she was 3. Just like Tiger Woods. I'd have been like, here you go, knock your crap out of it. Knock your crap out of it. And that's the way I'd have done. I really would have. I think that's, that's just my thinking. I had no kids, so I didn't do anything like that. But yeah, it's something to think about. It really is, because it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money out there. A lot of money. Yeah, the Bay Hill Invitational, Arnold Palmer's tournament. A lot of people are disgusted by the course being so tough. I think it's the best thing ever. Don't wipe their nose and wipe their butts either, as far as I'm concerned. Just let them worry about it and let them play their own course. And next week it should get them ready for next week. The Players Championship should not be that hard. The course is tough, but not this tough. Of course, we'll see what kind of wind they got. Still got about 6. Oh well, wow. I mean, about 5 weeks now till the Masters, which is crazy because I've been feeling so rough here a little over a week. I was talking about 7 weeks a couple weeks ago. Yeah, now it's about 5 weeks to the Masters. Yeah, Tiger Woods, if his back doesn't get feeling better, probably is not going to be the favorite. He probably would be the favorite going in again. He won last year. Um, McElroy's never won it. Um, somebody, a couple of the people that have won it in the past are not on the top of their game, kind of like a Bubba Watson. Bubba Watson, he doesn't even know what side of the ball to hit on now half the time. He just has been lost lately. Dustin Johnson, somebody put a putter in his hand and tell him to close his eyes. He might make a few. Yeah, Tiger probably won't end up playing. We'll see. We'll see. It's still 5 weeks away, but we'll see. Right now, if I was going to bet, I'd say Tiger will play the Masters because he's just getting older year by year, and he wants that record. I'll say he'll play because this is his one chance, I think, to win this year. I don't think he's going to win at Pebble. I don't think so. I think Pebble, you got too many conditions going against him. He can win the golf tournament, sure, but when you've got weather, cool, that area has a tendency of having really cold mornings, cool mornings. That is not Tiger Woods' thing right there. He does not want to be playing when it 50, 55 degrees. He just does not want to be playing in that. British Open, same way. He does not want to be over there playing over there in that. U.S. Open, now that's one of the chances he's got. The only problem with the U.S. Open is this. They always make it long now. And Tiger Woods is not one of the longer players anymore. He's one of the shorter players out there. And that's, it's coming. It's not even close. He's probably very seldom is he going to hit the ball ever 300 yards. Once in a while, but straight and consistent. No, he just does not have that consistency like a lot of these kids do. Some of these kids can just wind it up 315, 320 every time. McElroy 325, 330, 335 every time. And Tiger just does not have that. He just does not have that in his repertoire anymore. And on a par 5, 580, 600 yards, he's got to lay up. And if he doesn't lay up, he could get in trouble, be in the sand. It's just too many. It's just too many things that can cause him problems. So that I think that's one reason he probably wouldn't win a U.S. Open, even at Pebble. It's just that other guys just can outdrive him. Pebble, not the longest course in the world. Yeah, that's going to help him. But when they're hitting 8 irons in and you're hitting 5 irons in, it's just so much difference. So much difference. And he just can't afford to have that happen. Phil Mickelson, he's another one. If he can hit the ball straight, and if he can get a 1 iron or 2 iron going, he can be dangerous when it comes to the Pebble. He won there last year, not the U.S. Open, and that's the thing. If they put that rough really up high, he probably won't win. But if the rough's not so bad, Phil can win. Phil can win because he knows how to play around that course. Tiger does too, but you bring a lot of players involved into it then, and then you especially long players, you got somebody that's capable of just running away with it. Some of these players can really go with it. All right, guys. Well, I tell you what, 40 minutes later after starting running my mouth, I'm done. I am going to wait here and see what my wife's got going on tonight. Let's hope maybe she won some money. I think my brother's going to bring her home. So I'll be sitting here waiting on her to hear from you guys again. See you guys again. God bless. Have a great night. And be safe, everyone. And thanks so much for supporting my channel. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.